What if I told you cap breakers were totally reworked this year? I'm sure you've seen Laker fans video by now. If you haven't, definitely check that out. I've got that in the description. But basically, cap breakers have been reworked. They are way more dynamic this year, and you can get a lot more value out of them. So today I'm going to be showing you 5 builds that I feel really utilize the new cap breaker system well. I'll show you the stats before the caps. I'll show you where to put the cap breakers, what gets boosted, kind of the why, or how, kind of at least how I think this works. Some of these builds are really crazy. You've got 7-4 builds going from a like 83 ball to an 89. 7-4 builds going from a 76 or 80 midi to like a 90 midi. You've got builds that go from 67 pass accuracy to 76 pass, from like 60 something ball handle to 76 ball handle. You've got builds that go from no speed with ball to having good speed with ball. Just in general with this, there's a ton of really nice ways these caps work. So in today's video, we're going to be breaking down 5, one at each position, starting with the point guard. To make this point guard, you're going to want to be 6'6", 230 with a 7-foot wingspan. If you watch the channel for a while, you know I really like these post-scoring drop-stepping point guard builds. So this is exactly what this is. You have an 81 close shot, a 71 driving layup, 81 driving dunk, 90 standing dunk, 82 post control. All these stats are going to look really weird right now, but once you kind of see where the cap breakers work, you're going to kind of realize how insane this build really can become. 78 midi, 83 3 ball, 62 free throw, 67 pass, 77 ball handle, 71 speed with ball, 64 interior, 82 perimeter, 85 steal, 78 block, 80 offensive rebound, 85 defensive rebound, 85 speed, 83 agility, 86 strength, 83 vertical. So looking at the build, you can kind of see the vision a little bit of what I'm going for. High post control, high standing dunk, 81 driving dunk. Actually with caps, we'll be able to get this up to 87 and as high as 89. Pretty good shooting at that 83 3 ball. Playmaking does not look the best, but with caps, you'll actually be able to get 86 ball handle, 75 speed with ball, and 71 pass. That 71 pass can also be continually improved as well. You will have 85 perimeter defense. And just in general, this build is going to look totally different and make way more sense. So initially, you've got the shades of Luka Doncic, Penny Hardaway, Jalen Suggs. This is a floor sweeping post bully, which is a really crazy name as well. All 5 of these builds are going to have rare names. But now let's go ahead and look at the cap breaker screen. So as you look over here at these caps, as you can see, there's a ton of movement going on with these. On some ratings like perimeter defense, you don't have anything. It's just your standard +1. But you know, sometimes you kind of have to go with these +1s here to find better value with some of your other ratings, which is kind of what we're trying to do. So looking at kind of what we're going to try to do with these other ratings, what we're going to do is drop 3 caps into driving dunk. That's 6 total ratings for 3 caps. That gives you 87 driving dunk for silver posterizer. I'm going to use 1 on post control to go 87. That gives me gold post up poet. I also get gold post powerhouse. I'm going to use 1 cap on pass accuracy to get this up to 71. That's for silver dimer. Then I'm going to drop, and then initially I'm going to drop 1 into ball handle. So that's 80 ball handle. Gives you some decent animations, but as you see here, this build can get 86 ball handle with 3 caps, so it can move up 6 ratings for 3 caps. And I'm going to drop 1 into speed with ball to go 75. Also going to drop 1 in your mid-range to go 80 for gold post fade phenom. Next 4 caps I would be looking at then potentially would be the 1 in driving layup, the 1 in close shot, and then the 2 in ball handle. So you're looking at a total of 17 cap breakers for all of that. If you remove the close shot, driving layup, and the extra 2 caps in ball handle, you only need 13 caps. So you can get 13 cap breakers from the season pass, from hitting level 30 in your crew, from the 1 cap you get a rookie, the 4 caps you get during your starter rep, and you have one that you can get pretty easily through your lifetime quests. And then you've got your 2 caps you get from specializations as well. Just another secondary piece, very important in my opinion, to go ahead and complete your first specialization, just to ensure that you will be able to utilize those cap breakers on your build. But yeah, that's the point guard, kind of maxed out with the caps. So you go from a build that had a lot of random attributes that didn't make sense, to now having a build that has a ton of attributes that all reach the thresholds you need. And you can create a really dynamic sort of mashing, post-scoring lockdown point guard build that can still shoot, dribble, pass, rebound, defend, gets contact dunks, and really can just do absolutely everything on the court. Up next is a 6'8 shooting guard, going 6'8, 215, 6'9 on the wingspan. This is kind of a two-way sharp, basically. Looking at the stats, you have a 65 close shot, 71 driving layup, 73 driving dunk, 54 standing dunk, 55 post control, 78 midi, 88 3 ball, 66 free throw, 67 pass, 77 ball handle, 70 speed with ball, 71 interior, 92 perimeter, 85 steal, 78 block, 37 O-board, 62 defensive rebound, 85 speed, 83 agility, 90 strength, and 72 vertical. So again, with this, right, we're not getting that 93 ball for deep bomber. We need 3 more on ball handle for silver unpluckable, as well as better animations. We need 5 more on speed with ball for silver lightning launch. We need at least 4 more on pass to get that silver dimer. We need 3 more points here to get bronze post lock. 4 more points here if we want mix master. Can't even get any standing dunk animations through rise up yet. Low close shot. 90 strength instead of 92, 72 vertical instead of 74 needed for silver chase down. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff on this build that needs improved, which is why these caps are so crazy. This build, though, shades of Eddie Jones, Jimmy Butler, Ron Artest, and this is a physical two-way chaos trigger. Now I'm going to show you how crazy this build gets with cap breakers. So, looking at the build stats with caps, let's go to playmaking first. 1 cap is needed to go from 67 pass to 71, which is huge. 1 cap is needed to go from 77 ball handle to 81, which gives you silver unpluckable and silver handles for days. 1 cap is needed on speed with ball to go from 70 to 75, which goes ahead and gives you that silver lightning launch. You're going to have to drop 2 caps into this. So total right now we have 5 cap breakers used. Looking at the layup, you can drop 1 cap to go 75. Got to go 2 caps here, 1 cap there. 1 cap on interior defense. And then looking at this standing dunk, it actually is set up as well. If you use 3 caps here, you will be able to get bronze rise up. If you use 2 caps on driving dunk, obviously you can get 75 driving dunk. So again, really you have a build that is missing a lot of key thresholds to kind of get the most out of it. And just again, kind of going over the 13 caps, which is relatively easy for you to get probably in the next month or so. You would have 2 caps into your 3 ball, 3 caps into your playmaking, so that's 5 caps. Cap into interior defense is 6, 7, 8. That's 9 through the vertical. So you actually have 4 more caps you can use. Drop 1 into your driving layup. You could go for 75, which would give you Jason Williams. And then with your other 3 caps here, you could drop it into your standing dunk, which would give you 73, which is 1 over what you need. But if I drop this down, again, these cap breakers are really, really specific, so it did kind of end up messing with me a little bit. Alternatively, you also, if you don't care about standing dunk, could literally just drop 2 into ball handle and get 86 ball handle with 75 speed with the ball on the build. So this is the shooting guard, physical two-way chaos trigger. I really like this build. You'll have deep bomber take. You will be able to dribble, pass, defend the interior, get some lanes and some on-ball steals with the newly buffed steal ratings, get your chase downs, have high strength, Jalen Suggs motion style, good layup ratings, potentially have some standing dunk, and I just think in general this is a really, really solid utilization of cap breakers at this 2-guard spot. The next build we're looking at is a 6'10 small forward. You're 6'10, 206 pounds with a 6'11 wingspan. This one I think does a really good job at utilizing the cap breakers. Obviously, again, these stats make no sense when you look at them. 82 close, 69 driving layup, 81 driving dunk, 76 standing dunk, 79 post, 91 midi, 88 three ball, 68 free throw, 67 pass, 70 ball handle, 65 speed with ball, 72 interior, 84 perimeter, 73 steal, 84 block, 55 O-board, 80 defensive rebound, 81 speed, 77 agility, 82 strength, and 73 vertical. So I don't even need to say it, but obviously vertical, you're missing stuff. Interior defense, you need 2 more for bronze post lock. Pass accuracy, you need 4 more for silver dimer. You need at least 5 caps on that ball handle. You need at least 5 caps on that speed with ball. You need a few caps for 3 ball and midi. You need 1 cap on driving layup for bronze physical finisher. And need 5 extra points to get that standing dunk to 81 for silver rise up. So looking at this build, you do have shades of Kevin Durant, Scottie Pippen, Cooper Flag. This is a shot erasing sharpshooter. But just watch how crazy this build gets once you apply cap breakers. Well, looking at the cap breakers of this build, immediately you're going to see a ton of value here. Drop 2 into your interior for 74. You would drop 2 into your vertical to go 75, because if you look at driving dunk, 2, 4, 5, 6. So for 4 caps, you can go from 81 driving dunk to 87. So that's going to give you silver posterizer and some contacts. If you want 81 standing dunk as well, you could drop 5 caps there eventually. But kind of going over the cap breakers that I would recommend doing on this build for that initial first 13. I would drop 1 into midi to go 92. I would drop 1 into 3 ball to go 89. 1 into pass accuracy, so we are at 3 so far. 2 into ball handle to go 76. So we are now at 5 total cap breakers. 6 total, because we're going to want that 70 speed with ball for pro dribble style. We have 10 here because we want 87 driving dunk. We are at 11, 12, and finally, you either A, can drop 2 here into your close shot to go ahead and go 13, or you could use 1 cap here and 1 cap here next season to go ahead and get 75 driving layup for bronze physical finisher. So if you spend 14 caps, this build goes from these random stats to having 75 driving layup, 87 driving dunk, 92 midi, 89 three ball, 71 pass, 76 ball handle, 70 speed with ball, 74 interior defense, and has 75 vertical, which your ROI on 13 to 14 caps on that is ridiculous because these stats are not achievable in the builder. And there's ways, if you lower your speed and stuff to try to do this, it's just going to end up being very inefficient for your build because of these boosted cap breaker rates on pass accuracy, ball handle, speed with ball, and the boosts on driving dunk, layup, interior, and vertical. Up next, we have an undersized 6'6" power forward, 6'6", 265, 7 foot wingspan. I made this build at 6'6" to just get a really crazy steal, have really good switchability, really good rebounding ability. Yeah, looking at these stats, you have a 65 close shot, a 66 driving layup, a 66 driving dunk, 59 standing dunk, 47 post control. Like, this finishing looks like you're just gonna have nothing. But again, this is a video showing off the power of cap breakers, so obviously you're gonna end up having some pretty good finishing. 83 ball, 71 midi, 58 free throw. Again, right, you're a few caps away from getting that 83 for bronze limitless. 67 pass, 70 ball handle, 71 speed with ball. Same thing with all my other builds here. 74 interior for bronze post lock, 92 perimeter, 94 steal for half interceptor, 78 block for silver high flying denier. Also have 67 O-board, 92 defensive rebound, 85 speed, 83 agility for Jalen Suggs, 86 strength for gold immovable. Also set that up so potentially with caps you could get gold brick wall, and 74 vertical. So again, looking at this build, you're short on a lot of ratings. And obviously a lot of these ratings would be fairly expensive to upgrade and very difficult with last year's cap breaker system to kind of try to maximize and have decent finishing on a build like this. With this build, you got the shades of Draymond, Josh Smith, and Bam Adebayo, and this is a two-way tempo pushing cleaner. But now we're going to see how crazy this build becomes with our cap breakers. So looking at this build's caps, you will see 66 driving dunk becomes 73 with 2 caps. Layup becomes 70 with 1 cap. you can get 72 standing dunk from 59 with 2 caps, which is ridiculous to me. So you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total caps to get 70 layup, 73 driving dunk, and 72 standing dunk. 5 caps to do all that. You will need to use 3 caps on your 3 ball to get that at 83. You will have to use 1 cap on your pass accuracy, 3 caps on ball handle to go 80, and 1 cap on speed with ball to go 75. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. With additional cap breakers, you could always try to get the steal up all the way to 99. You could try to get 91 strength. But again, this is just a crazy example of the utilization of cap breakers, in my opinion. This build literally went from basically being unable to dribble to, you know, having a universe where you actually can get a full 86 ball handle from 70 with 5 caps, which is pretty ridiculous. You would need 15 total caps to go ahead and go from 70 ball handle to 76 and get everything else we mentioned. There's a world where you could get the post control up. There's a world where you could get this midi up, get the free throw upgraded. I mean, it really is just crazy how versatile and what these cap breakers do to your builds. And lastly, would not be a build video without a 7-4. So this is a 7-4 minimum wingspan center build that fully becomes a stretch big, barely using any caps. So your 7'4", 252, 7'4 wingspan. You've got a 76 close shot, 70 driving layup, 65 driving dunk, 72 standing, 81 post control, 80 midi, 78 3 ball, 56 free throw. I'll just straight up, this midi goes to 90, this 3 ball goes to 89. And you don't have to use a ton of cap breakers to do this, which is just ridiculous to me. 81 pass, this is set up for 87 pass with caps. 65s for some Giannis animations, 40 speed with ball for normal dribble style. 88 interior for gold post lock. I just maxed out the perimeter personally. 43 steal, 92 block, drop 1 cap here for gold paint patroller. I went 85 offensive rebound, 91 defensive rebound. Gonna need to drop 5 caps here to get Hall of Fame rebound chaser. 54 speed, 41 agility, 91 strength, 69 vertical. And again, this is turning a 7-4 that's clearly, you know, doesn't have the craziest shooting stats to having fully maxed out shooting stats with caps, which would have been incredibly expensive. Got Victor Wembanyama, Vlade, David Robinson, and this is a shot erasing board enforcer. Now let's go ahead and show you guys how this becomes a full-on elite shooting stretch big. So, looking at these stats, you literally just need 4 caps to get this midi to 90, and you need 3 caps to get this 78 3 ball to 89. So for 7 caps, you are getting 21 extra attribute ratings on this build. I just want you to think about that. For 7 caps, you're getting 21 attribute point ratings better, which is ridiculous. Again, these are our 7 caps. 2, 4, 5, 6. Would have 4 here to go 11 caps. This would let you have the ability to have 87 pass. This one's going to be a little bit more expensive though, so I would not prioritize your pass accuracy yet. You'll have this initial 7 here, and then what I would do is go 1 cap here, that is 8, and then I would drop 5 caps here, which would be 13 caps to go ahead and get Hall of Fame rebound chaser and that 96 defensive rebound. Then going forwards, if you want to invest the 4 extra caps you get in the future here to go 87, get that gold break starter, definitely do that. If you want to go 95 strength here to get Hall of Fame brick wall, do that. And yeah, there's still a few, you know, a decent amount of things you can do once you get this whole thing maxed out. Obviously, you have the free throw as well. You could add caps to. And obviously, and I actually did forget, your post control, you want to use 1 cap here as well. So this would be a Season 2 build to kind of have the bare minimum cap thresholds met. But you would be able to have 84 post, which with 90 midi gives you Hall of Fame post fade phenom. And on this build with 89 3 ball, you will be able to get Hall of Fame set shot and legend post fade with the max +1s here. And since it's shooting specialization, you'll be able to utilize a couple of those caps here. But yeah, that's the 7-4 shot erasing board enforcer. Just kind of want to end the video with a few piece of advice for when you are trying to do this. What I would do is I would make a build, and in the area you want to cap break, I would leave those stats a little bit lower, right? 80, 78, not quite maxed. Some of the sections, like this perimeter, I maxed that out. And I don't know how accurate this is, but I maxed out the perimeter on this build so that I would have no caps offered on this build. Because if caps were offered on this build, they would be really, really high ones, and I thought they would take away from my shooting caps that obviously, by using 7 caps and getting 21 attribute ratings is pretty ridiculous. That's 3 times return on your cap breakers, which is just crazy. But I would basically kind of get the stats you want on that shooting guard. I wanted some good shooting. I put the shooting, and I wanted to improve my finishing and my ball handle with caps. So that's exactly what I did. Once your first version's done, go to your cap breaker screen and sort of study how everything is. If I wanted a 83 3-ball, and that's all I wanted here, right? I would take a screenshot of this, have the PlayStation app on my phone, I would have this pulled up, and then I would raise the 3-ball to 79 in the builder, because I would add 4 ratings there, and then I would go ahead and get that 83 3-ball. So a lot of this is, you do the initial build, you take a screenshot, you go back in the builder, you mess with stuff to get the caps that you wanted in your screenshot, then you go back in, make sure it all lines up, and just kind of continually improve your build's value that way. But yeah, that's the video. I just think this is a really cool feature, and wanted to get you guys 5 builds that are really good examples of utilizing cap breakers efficiently. Definitely mess with this. Definitely check this out before you make your next build. Build number 1, a lot of people didn't really know about this. Build number 2, or if you are just getting the game here in a few days, this is something to have on your radar, because this will make your build so much better, and you'll have way more cap breaker value. And you've got to grind to get those, so you may as well get the most out of them, right? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, drop a sub. Posting rare builds almost every single day. I'm going to be having more gameplay here soon as well. I just need to finish my specializations so I can get the most out of all my builds. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I got. Peace.